Hey guys, my name's Karisa Anderson. This is my husband, Tadashi Anderson. And that's my FRS. So I'm from Idaho. I grew up in Idaho, kind of bounced around from Idaho, Alabama, back and forth. I've been in Bemidji, Minnesota for 3 years. That's where me and him got together and started this journey with the cars. I was into cars before that. I don't really know kind of where it started. I kind of always had a thing for them, between video games to Hot Wheels cars when we were kids and all that kind of stuff. I used to spend a lot of time. My first car was actually a Toyota Celica GTS, 6-speed manual. Bought it when I was right before I was 16. Fell in love with that car. Thought that I was gonna mod it like I did this thing. I used to spend hours looking at wide bodies and underglow and all the good stuff, but had no idea how to do any of that stuff. Dropped a cold air intake in it, and then I totaled it, unfortunately, after a year of having it. Then after that, it was kind of, I went through a couple cars, but I was kind of on the search. Like, I knew I still wanted to get some sort of a sports car. At the time, I still had no idea what I was after. I was more about looks and fancy and sport and nothing about the engine or anything like that. I bought a brand new 2012 Scion TC, had it for a year. I saw the concept of the Series 10 FRS, fell in love with it, called up my Toyota dealership and was like, hey, you guys got this? And like, we don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you don't know what I'm talking about? Like Series 10, like, come on guys, it's coming out, 10-year anniversary. They called me as soon as it hit the shop. It was a 6-speed. They delivered it to me, and that's my adventure started with this thing. So yeah, I bought it brand new. It's been almost 8 years that I've had the car. It's a 2013. I've got pushing almost 160,000 miles on it, and I drove it. Probably it's been from Alabama to Idaho, back to Alabama, all across the United States, then to here. Matter of fact, I lost a wheel on the way here when I moved here. On the interstate. That was an adventure, but completely stock when I moved here, because once again I still had no idea. Like, I always had these ideas, but I was lost in like what to do. Got here, got with him, and he's like, okay, let's do this, and then we started. Started with what, exhaust?
Yeah, it slowly started off with just little things. The idea originally was to do a drift build, and the more we dove into the car and we did the exhaust, the tail lights, coilovers, wheels and tires, we wrapped it for the first time ever. We were looking at doing Plastidip because it was cheap, and there was a lot of mixed reviews on Plastidip. I'd used Plastidip on wheels before, wasn't really a fan of the finish and everything, and then started looking into vinyl wrapping, and we did it, and it turned out really good, even though it was kind of questionable, our choice on colors and design and everything, but we did it, and we've done all the work completely ourselves, other than a few small things like the alarm system and the retrofitted lights. But it started off that way, and the nicer things started getting, the more expensive the parts started getting. We were just like, we don't want to drift this and send it into a wall or get tapped or anything else like that. So it transitioned to more of a show build, and that's where it sits right now.
It does go on the track though, all the time. Drifting
Awesome.
And autocross.
Daily driven.
So yeah, so we started out like literally the first year. It was super minor, just exhaust, tail lights, still silver car, threw a wrap on it. It kind of was a pause for a little bit, didn't know where to go next. We kind of got a little buck wild crazy on Black Friday, and we went to some shows over the summer. Like, we started out going just as spectators, going down to the cities, checking out cars, and then we started taking our cars down, and of course we always walked in with shame, because we're like, we still don't have much, but you know, it inspired us and whatnot. So we came home, Black Friday hit, and we bought the Widebody, we bought the wheels, the custom work wheels from Japan, we bought the air ride, and we said, okay, we're all in. Like, this is it. And literally, like, we probably dropped, I don't know, almost $10,000. We've still done quite a bit since then, but that was like the big step. Once we wide bodied it, bagged it, the disease was in. So I got my engine bay here, guys. We got some new parts that we actually just recently got. Passer JDM is back in business, just so you guys know. I think it's just their carbon line, but so that's what we picked up. We got my engine compartment pieces, which are absolutely amazing. The engine cover, I will be getting, right now I have the APR cooling plate, but I will be getting the Passer JDM cooling plate because it connects to here. We've got Cusco strut bar, which is really nice. It actually goes right over your factory ones too, so you can keep those if you want. In this case, it worked out good. And then, of course, we got the Jackson Racing Supercharger. It's a C30 kit. No supporting mods at this time. It's just 100% just Supercharger, and that's it. Otherwise, for the engine bay, that's about all we got under there. We got Sabin carbon fiber hood, which was one of my first-ish mods. I've had it for almost 3 years now. It's actually still looks pretty good considering. Morimoto XP headlights and fog lights. They're actually both retrofitted by my sponsor, Intimidation Lighting. They're really sweet, along with my tail lights as well. We got Battle Arrow front splitter. And then we just actually got my canards. Those are recent. And then one of my favorite parts is the rally backer, wide body. I actually was gonna go Rocket Bunny. Typical, everybody goes Rocket Bunny. But I was in love with the Rocket Bunny V2 kit, and then the more time came, and that's just how crazy things change. All of a sudden I was set on that, and then we got the Rally Backer V2 16-piece kit. They're pretty awesome to work with. We actually got it really fast coming from Japan. Also, my pride and joys, my work T7R wheels, custom wheels. They're Asterism black. They took us 3 months. Some white Z-spec hardware that we use for the wide body. And then you've got the beautiful chassis mount Battle Arrow wing. Rally Backer rear diffuser, just kind of a random thing that we threw in along with the kit, just something else to add with it. I am running an NVIDIA N1 exhaust. I have Tomei headers and a Tomei overpipe. So to me it sounds amazing. It makes it sound like Subaru. We're actually going to be buying a Tomei front pipe. I've just put a down payment on one, so I'll be picking that up when I'm in Chicago from a friend of mine. This part on the interior, I don't have a whole lot done yet. We're working on quite a bit. This was a birthday present, yeah, from my husband. Vertex steering wheel, absolutely amazing. Love it. They are super expensive though, and I have had to do some modifications to try to keep it clean. And then I've got the Energy short hub and quick release. And then, so Suede It, you can get custom stitched Alcantara. He does leather, all that kind of stuff. So eventually I'll have more of that. I actually have my hood cluster coming soon from him, but he did the turquoise lavender stitching for me. And then I have the likewise shift knob. And then we have, so you probably won't be able to see it, but we wrapped this in suede by ourselves, and it's a Starlight headliner, which is actually really sweet. And then my custom air ride controller, it actually is RGB too, so it changes all the good colors and whatnot. So yeah, for in here, that's about it for right now. I do have my Status Racing seats coming soon. They should be here within the month, hopefully. And it'll start to look more realistic. I just recently joined Team Elevate, which is based out of Chicago actually. They wanted me to start a chapter here, but I'm not ready for that. So I was like, no, I'll just drive. We go to like autocross and things like that. And as time goes on, like we keep having these events that happen, and we like kind of buy a whole bunch of stuff at once. Like that's kind of how it works for us. It's like, oh, you got Tuner Evolution. We literally do everything in a weekend. Like for Tuner Evolution, he had my car completely tore apart. We installed the Syntec, well, we had Syntec Audio do my Viper system. What else did we do that weekend?
So for Tuner
we powder
Evo,
coated.
We powder coated a lot of things. We did the underglow, a lot more cutting on the car to get things to just fit the way that we wanted it to. more carbon fiber pieces, tire lettering, some interior stuff. I don't even remember, but
it comes in waves. Like we go like a month and then we buy a wave of car parts, and it just kind of happens. Right now I'm waiting on racing seats. Got some more interior pieces coming. I'm actually about to purchase a flex fuel kit and small boost pulley and some injectors and make it a little bit faster.
New clutch.
Yep.
It's never ending. It literally is a disease, and we absolutely love it, and we wouldn't want it any other way other than maybe being millionaires so we could stress less about it. But
so yeah, we created a YouTube channel a year ago. It's actually called FRS 2K, which is based from both of us having our cars joined together. We do literally all of our own work. So on our YouTube channel, you can see things like the behind the scenes, like going to car events with us, wrapping our cars, wrapping other people's cars, because we do have our own little side T&K wraps. We'd like to turn into a full-fledged business eventually one day. So we do wrap cars on the side. And so yeah, you can follow along with that. Check it out. Both of those. Instagram, all of those things. It's all T&K wraps or 86.Karisa. And then if you want to come out and see us and hang out with us, I travel literally everywhere, but we go mainly down in the cities. Brainerd, any type of track event, we try to hit Brainerd up all the time. So Proving Grounds, we've been to Proving Grounds a few times. We love Power Cruise. It's one of our favorite events of the year. We like to go there, ride with people, give people rides, drive the cars as much as we can.
The biggest thing, I think, for probably both of us is just the reaction that we get from people. And whether, even if we drive around town, we go wash our car and we're outside drying it off, and we have even like older people, like our elders, coming up to us asking us questions about the cars. And you have a group of kids on the side of the street and you drive by them and they're like, "Look, a Ferrari!" And it's just cool, because I remember being young and being in that position and seeing these cars and just wishing that someday my life could be like that, and now we're here.
Nope. And we daily drive them, so we get a lot of attention. I mean, I go to work and I have a specific parking spot that's on camera so I can see my car the whole time, and people, "That's your car?" Like, it's like, yeah. Like, you drive it to work? Yeah. You drive it in the rain? Yeah, I do. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily choose. If it's pouring down rain, I'm not going to necessarily jump in my car. We have other vehicles, but it's been in the rain, it's been in the snow.
Yeah, we'll take her out to a nice open parking lot in the middle of winter and send it a little bit just to have some fun. But that's the downside of living in Minnesota, in northern Minnesota, is it gets really cold in the snow and then all of the salt. So we do our best to keep them as clean as possible, but we still like to have fun.
Alright, Karisa again here. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.